So here we're going to break these down into two things. 3 over 2, we're going to say it's 4 over 25. We're going to say to the power of a half cubed. So therefore, we tend to want to take it down to smaller numbers first. So we therefore square root the 4 and we square root the 25. Then you cube them and we get 2 cubed is 8. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. This one here is very similar, but so 8 over 27 to the power of a third squared, which is, that's cube rooting, so that's going to be 2 over 3 squared, which is 4 over 9. Here, this is really 3 steps now. One of them you want to do the halving before you cube it, but the negative doesn't really matter too much. So I'm going to call it 25 over 9. I'm going to do the negative one first, then the half, then the cubing. Okay, you want to do the cubing towards the last, you want to take the numbers down. This one could be done at the end or whatever you like. But notice that negative 1 times a half times 3 gives you that negative 3 over 2. So if we put it to the power of negative 1, it's going to reciprocate it. So it's 9 over 25. So that's done the negative 1. We're still going to have a half and the cubing. So this is going to be 3 when we square root over 5 cubed, which is 27 over 125. This one here is 125 over 8, power of negative 1, cube root, and squared. Again, we want to do the cube rooting before we square, so there's, notice again, a negative 1 times a third times 2 gives you the negative 2/3. So we reciprocate that, so it's 8 over 125 to the power of a third squared. Power of a third is cube rooting, cube root of 8 is 2, cube of 125 is 5, square that, and we get 4 over 25. This one here, we've got 9 over 16, negative 1 half and cubed, so the 3 times a half gives 3 over 2, times negative 1 gives the minus 3 over 2 there. So the 9 over 16 is reciprocated, 16 over 9 by that, but then we're going to do to the power of a half and to the power of a third, sorry, power of 3, excuse me. So it's going to be power of a half is going to be square rooting 4/3 cubed. 4 cubed is 64. 3 cubed is 27. And this one we have 125 over 64 to the power of negative 1 to the power of a third to the power of 2. And just checking, 2 times a third is 2/3 times negative 1 is negative 2/3. So firstly we reciprocate it, keeping the power of a third and the 2. So the cube root of 64 is 4, cube root of 125 is 5, squared is going to be 16 over 25. And finally, here's a number written in standard form, or if you're in America, that you call it scientific notation, and we're cube rooting it. Now, as it's being multiplied, you could never do this if it's being added or minused. As it's being multiplied, we can call that the cube root of 8 times the cube root of 10 to the power of 12. Cube root of 8 is just 2, and this, what we're going to do, is call that 10 to the power of 12 to the power of a third. So it's 2 times, and we know that we can then multiply these. So I've rewritten the cube root of 10 to the power of 12 as 10 to the power of 12 to the power of a third. So therefore we multiply these two numbers and we get 10 to the power of 4. And so that's the number written in scientific notation or standard form which of course, if you want it as a regular number, you could call it 20,000, depending on what the question asked you.